we walked through the S's last time. We know the first one is sight. With white wine, you just want to make sure there's nothing cloudy or floaty in there. It looks pretty brilliant and clear to me, right? Sometimes color will give you an indication of taste and flavor, but that's more for the reds than the whites. But there's a kind of nice little straw color. And if you really are wanting to assess the color, take a little piece of white paper and hold it behind there so you can really get a true read of what color it is. With the white wines, we'll notice more of that, though. So that's the first S. The second S is swirling. And I know I make it look easy. But swirling is important to release esters and aromatics. Now remember, it's not my job to tell you what to smell and taste. It's my job to facilitate an experience for you and help you get closer to what's in your glass. So if you play along, chances are you'll like the wine a bit more. So swirling allows us to release flavor and aromatics. Remember, that's our second S. Our third S is smelling or nosing the wine. But when you swirl first, you get a whole lot more on the nose. The wine will speak to you much more loudly than if you don't swirl at all. And so remember, 85% or so of what we smell is, or what we taste, is what we smell. So by taking time to really assess the aromatics of a wine is going to amplify it for you. Now finally, the fourth S, we get to sip. And I'll illustrate really briefly. The exaggerated way to taste is to take a nice sized sip, not just a little baby weeny sip if you don't know if you're going to like it or not. Take a big sip of it, a good ounce or so, and pull a little bit of air over your palate. Again, that's just to amplify the experience. It's not to look cool. It's just so that the wine will speak a bit more loudly to you. So my husband says I do it this way. And now I'm doing the fifth S, which is savoring. Kind of goes hand in hand. And I taste more of the same. Lots of tropicality. Lemon. Anybody get any lemon? Just like a sweet lemon, like a candied lemon, a grapefruit. Just again, lots and lots of fruit. And as I'm talking, I'm still kind of like, wow, that finish is still lingering. That's the fifth S. We're savoring now. And you want to look for two things when you assess a wine's finish. Does anybody remember from last time what the two S's are? The two finishing things?
After savor?
Well, when we are savoring, we're going to be assessing two things. The first thing is how long that finish lasts. Length is one of the objective things about wine tasting. It is indicative of quality. The longer the finish, the better the wine. Why? Right? Well, because the better the wine, the more you'll want more of it. So the idea is that on the finish, it lingers and lasts and it's pleasing to you. It's like the one that got away. You're waiting for another sip. So if you're not enjoying the finish on a wine, you're probably drinking the wrong wine. You seek out wines that have a finish that you enjoy. So length, and then the second thing is how are those flavors changing after it's left your mouth? Most white wines like this one get a little nutty. Little nutty, almost like the skin of a walnut that might be left over if you've cracked a nut and you stick it in your mouth. Ooh, you got a little piece of that papery skin. Kind of a little nutty aftertaste. Do you like this wine?